So when it comes to the Druid roadmap, a lot of the roadmap for Druid is, well, one thing I like to say is there actually is no single roadmap for Druid, because the roadmap for Druid is driven by a community. And people can bring their own things to the roadmap. So when I talk about a roadmap in this sense, this is really the roadmap for the things that I'm involved in, for the things that Imply, the company that I work for, is involved in. A lot of this is about investing in real-time experience. So investing in real-time experience means a couple things. Number one is performance, and number two is ease of use and reliability. These are the two pillars, I think, of having really good real-time experience. Performance obviously is number one. That's the key to having real-time experience. And some of the stuff we're doing there, roadmap-wise, in the very next release, Druid 0.18, which is actually likely to be out within a few days, is query laning, which is a really cool feature that allows you to think of it as a carpool lane and a regular lane on the highway. So high priority queries can go through the carpool lane, and low priority queries can go on the regular lanes. And so high priority queries always get the ability to flow through the system, even if low priority queries get stuck up on each other. So the ability to have intelligent resource management, and that's coming in the very next release. Then beyond that, in later releases, a fully vectorized query engine, which we're expecting to speed up queries by substantial multiples. On the ease of use and reliability fronts, indexer process is a big thing. Those of you that use Druid know there's ingestion has this thing called a middle manager, where every task has its own JVM. We're sort of simplifying that, reducing the number of JVMs involved in deployment. Robust native batch ingestion, the next point. So making it so Druid can ingest from cloud data stores like S3 and stuff like HDFS, whatever data you have, whatever format you have, whether it's giant files or tons of small files, really robustly. And then third thing, partition-aware background compaction. So you can go through your data in the background and optimize it for the best performance possible. So these are all things that we're working on that are about investing in that core real-time experience in Druid. But then there's this third bar of the roadmap that's about expanding into these warm use cases, because it actually does make sense to think about, let's say you want to be able to, let's say you want to relax your query speed requirements and lower your cost. You shouldn't have to switch to a different system. Or let's say you want to relax your query speed requirements and use that flexibility to just load data from your classic data warehouse in the same schema it was in your data warehouse, and have it still work in Druid. So that's what warm capabilities are all about. And the bar we need to power that is query capabilities. Because to be able to do a star or a snowflake schema, you need to support joins. To be able to do a lot of the use cases that you would have done with the classic data warehouse and BI stack, and even to run a BI application like Tableau on top of Druid, you need to support joins, you need to support subqueries in SQL, you need to support windowed aggregations. And so these are all things that are on our roadmap in order to add capabilities to support these use cases and support running BI applications directly on top of Druid for warm use cases. So that's stuff like SQL joins and subquery support. That's actually coming in the very next release, 0.18, which again is due out in a few days. And then joins v2 coming in the future, adding support for outer joins, right joins, and wider dimension tables. The first versions can support skinny dimension tables, basically the classic lookups that are in Druid, if you're familiar with those. And then also coming in the future, windowed aggregations in a future release. So these three pillars of the roadmap that we think about it for Druid give us the ability to put a lot of our effort into doubling down on being the best that we can for real-time hot use cases, but also being able to support warm ones and being able to seamlessly transition between hot and warm within the same system. And also being able to transition your cold data into warm by loading it from a data warehouse or from S3 or HDFS into Druid using the same schema you're familiar with. If you want to make it hot, then you'll probably still need to do some of the things that you want to do for hot data today, such as denormalize it, potentially go to streaming, and all that kind of stuff. But you can get some of the benefits by going from cold to warm.